All right,
Oh, wait, do you
welcome
need me
back
to...
to Space Quest 6. It's been a little while. It's been a hot minute. One of us went to a foreign country.
Ow! Ow! That was a hot minute.
But we're back from outer space.
Unacknowledged.
I heard it.
We are now back into a cold hour.
Cold hour.
Yes.
Where were we? This looks familiar.
Yeah,
I'm
we were
guessing
in
the
the...
only one there.
Well, it was game number 6. I just didn't want to scroll up to find the other ones. But, yeah. I was looking into it, and I think we have not missed any points, and we have not missed any deaths since the last one, which is something of an astounding feat, I think.
A stuncheon, I think, is the noun.
Yes, right, it's an extension. So while we remember where we are, and while we discuss the ramifications of playing on a Saturday morning when we would otherwise normally be asleep, who wants to go first with that? By the way, what am I looking for?
I don't know. You didn't ask us before stepping onto the yellow circle and bringing up the screen, the system screen here.
Oh right, I've got to remember how things work here. There's one thing I want to do real quick.
Oh, there's Veggie Wilco.
Vegger Wilco. So, the death we have not seen yet has to do with this cell.
Okay. Because we tried opening it before, I think.
We did. I don't know if we tried hard enough.
Now there's a
the
real
toilet
bright
overflowing?
idea, but then perhaps you deserve the consequences. If the force field were turned off, you'd be the only one
Oh,
to suffer
I
the
can't hear it
consequences. In the event
Oh.
that someone might be looking over your shoulder, we'll
I've
save
just
your
noticed-
embarrassment
I've
for
just
another
noticed that
time.
he's talking.
Can you hear it, Colonel?
I can.
Then-
I have... Never mind, I'm good. I have found my own volume control.
So I think that was the note we got before, was that like, if you do this, it's bad, but we didn't actually do it.
Oh.
What the... Oh.
Oh.
Game over, man. Game over. Being a good
Game
Samaritan
over,
is
man.
one thing, but you should have been just a little skeptical about that move.
Yeah, you can die.
Okay.
All
right.
Good
Okay.
old consequences.
Well,
You don't.
let's not do that twice more.
Okay. But yeah, what do we want to... I did look a little bit ahead, and there was something that one of you suggested.
I mean, we make a lot of suggestions.
Right, so...
Breakfast? Is that one of the...
So... Okay, let's
Oh, right. It's Grasshopper the Hutt.
Grasshopper the Hutt. I believe you mean Jabba the Hop. This is actually...
Oh.
As I think that's what I mean.
I certainly don't mean that. I can tell you that for sure. So we
Desperately casting about for another grasshopper pun and failing.
something cricket something.
Yeah.
So, let's review the plot. Hey.
There's a plot?
Yeah. Remember, we were
This
rescued.
should take upwards of 30 seconds.
We were rescued by what's her face, the girl with the
Oh,
bumpy
right.
alien head.
Right.
The one who is not the woman that we father a child with in Space Quest 4. Anyways.
Because there are only 2 women?
You know, there are only 2 that I've seen.
Great.
It was a different time.
Yes. It's a different timeline. So the thing is, we saw her, or we went to her funeral because she died in an explosion.
Right.
And then we got a message from her that seemingly she is not actually dead. And we went to tell the captain, and he was like, "Get out of here, you." He says those things to us.
Yep. No, I remember that. Yep.
And so I think the next part is that we are trying to get off the ship to go save our friend /
Right.
possible love interest, although this is Roger Wilco we're talking about. So we seemingly can't get off the ship using the transporter because we don't have access and no one's letting us go anywhere. But we have a shuttle bay as well. And we were able to knock out this fellow.
Yeah, I seem to remember that person we actually rendered unconscious with the
vulgar
I forget
neck
what it's
grip.
called in this, the vulgar neck grip. Thank you. I forgot what it was called in this universe.
But that landed us in the brig, which is we had to escape from, and we have since done. That is also gave us a donut.
Yep,
And
that's right.
we pilfered an eyeball and an arm from our friend with seemingly
For seemingly no good reason.
yeah.
Yeah.
But the donut.
A nice fatty donut. Magnum will probably scarf this down. After all, he needs to maintain his boyish tub-o'-guts figure.
Blah blah donut.
Yeah. Okay. So had we said something about booby trapping the donut?
We had. But what were we going to booby trap it with?
What have we got again? An eyeball?
Booby trap it with an eyeball. It goes right in the center.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was just
Like a
thinking.
little Timbit.
The world's most awful Timbit.
Yeah. I hope the Tim Hortons Corporation doesn't hear this, because I'm sure they're going to do it at some point. And I don't want to be responsible. So we have these things.
Okay, none of those look useful.
We can't hide the other donut in it.
Just hide the other donut in this donut.
Don't pick at it. You'll only make it worse.
Oh,
We can't even
create a donut singularity
It
that
wouldn't be
will.
prudent to do that at
we
this
fuse them.
juncture.
Yeah.
Get some sort of like one-sided donut torus or
Yeah, there we go.
a Mobius donut or something like that. I guess
I
a
would
donut is a
spend
torus
money.
on its own, really.
I would spend money on a Mobius donut. Well, there he goes. He ate it.
Singularity, if you will.
Well, okay, so what happens if we just put a donut here?
Reverse yoink.
I believe that is a yeet, is a reverse yoink.
Oh,
No.
it's not a kanyoy.
I think a yeet's more of a throw.
Well, that's an opposite of a yoink.
It feels slightly...
So can we get our donut back? Is he going to eat our donut?
What's he chewing on right now? Is that a cigar?
He's got a stogie
Yeah, okay.
to show how tough he is. He's a tough guy.
Like half a cannoli.
Exactly, that's what a stogie is.
Right.
Ah, the stogie, my favorite Italian dessert pastry. Okay, so
Thanks. That's not working. Can we get our donut back?
I don't think we can, honestly.
You summon the ability to leave it alone.
I might have pooched it.
Don't...
Well, okay, here's the thing. Let's... Whoop. I know where we can get another donut.
Yes, by restoring the game.
I'm gonna see if we can do this without actually restoring. I mean, other
To
than
be fair,
hey,
I could probably drive. I could probably drive to Tim Hortons and get a donut before the plot advances in this game.
possibly.
Yeah.
I noticed that our donut was gone from his tray.
Okay.
I bet you every time we come back here, there will be another donut on that table, just so we have
A
infinite
never-ending
tries.
supply of self-replicating donuts.
That's the one. Okay, so I will tell you that
Queso.
They call that Timtosis, by the way.
we're going to fill this donut with cheese. Is what we're gonna do.
We're going to fill this donut with cheese.
Yeah, queso.
Queso donut.
Queso donut.
Okay, so
Yeah, we want to tamper with or alter the donut.
can we change its DNA?
Let's try.
Can we turn it into a dough legume?
Sure.
It would appear that merging those two items is not a good idea.
Well, not if we're going to eat it ourselves.
So
Dip it in that canister of green stuff on the table.
Oh, yeah.
I think
Boy,
this
wouldn't
doctor
it be
man is
cool if that really worked.
just following us around.
Well, he's probably suspicious about what we're doing,
It's
wandering
soft,
around with this
yet
But
donut.
he's opening cupboards. Is there something in cupboards?
Is there something in cupboard?
Yep, there's something.
Wow.
What was that? What did we just get?
No idea. Morphin.
Morphine?
Mighty
Oh.
Morphin.
The Mighty Morphine Power Rangers.
Oh.
Okay.
All right.
Thoughts?
Inject it in the donut?
Donut.
Good thinking.
Oh, now it says morphine.
It's the donut you filched from the food cart.
It sure is.
In this
Can we inject
galaxy,
more?
those two items don't do anything to.
Oh.
I guess not.
All right, check another cupboard. Let's clean this place out.
It's soft yet firm.
Huh?
It's soft yet firm.
Oh.
It's soft yet firm.
There's a lot of
Everything.
things in this room that are soft yet
You
firm.
summon the ability to leave it alone.
Yeah, that guy seems like the most likely thing to be soft yet firm.
He was firm with us when he told us we couldn't use the DNA replicator.
Yes.
That's do-
Shush. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I can see what's
I love how-
happening, and they don't have a clue.
Every time we flash away from the little pad thing, the grasshopper has moved and is now and then moves back.
Yeah.
Mm. Well. Burp.
Here goes
Now
here goes
inject
dough
it.
nothing.
Oh. That time he ate it immediately.
Ah, it is morphin.
This is odd.
Agreed. You know that old stereotype about morphine that it turns you into a fountain?
Yeah. Oh dear.
Also Elton John.
Oh, this is the song from King's Quest V, by the way.
What, this irritating whining noise?
Yes. No, well, that too. Thank you, Mark Siebert, managing musical director.
When they finished making
Pinch
the game,
his neck. Pinch
All
his
the-
neck.
all the ideas they didn't use, they put into that.
Oh no, they used that. They used that song in King's Quest V. Six.
No, all the
Got
ideas.
you with my fingers
Yeah.
in Kurt Russell. Now you.
I should clarify,
Well,
there was
got you
King's Quest
now
VI
that you've
before
got a-
someone
hard to
comments
believe
on
this is a
it.
real job. Doing. Oh my god. So how come you're not going down? I got you with your mumble jumbo and your hobbit chubby. Oh boy. If I only could, I would. Jeez.
I mean,
why don't you step
comedically, it
outside,
didn't
pal?
need to
I
take this long.
got you.
No, it really didn't.
This
Comedically,
yeah,
it
broke
can't
a
take this
fingernail
long.
here.
Smooth move. You've got his keyring.
Oh,
All right.
How
No
he can't
keys on
cure. How he can't cure anymore.
That would be if we had his key.
Cure.
here.
Key with a little button thingy
He
attached to
he
it.
is no longer
Can we-
curing.
Can we open the door now? Or let's save the game. How about that?
Oh,
Yeah,
why
good
not?
call.
All right, open door.
No amount of brute strength can pry these doors apart, even if you had
Oh,
some.
how about pushing one of the buttons?
Okay.
Missed
What?
it by that much.
Wow, they really this screen they didn't spend much QA time on, did they?
You attempt to push the button using the force.
You missed.
See, that would be funny.
Can we get closer at least?
Next time, try not being a complete heel.
What is this? What? Like I know what we're supposed to do, but it's just we can't even. Oh, almost.
Oh,
As long as if you're standing on his elbow, you might get it.
oh my gosh.
Oh, this
Wow.
is great. Okay, can we stand here? Oh, come on. Just get a tiny bit closer, Roger. Can you not? You cannot.
No, he's.
Okay, well, let's.
There, try that. Try that.
Yeah, that was a little bit closer.
Oh.
And
Oh, there's happy faces. Oh no, never mind.
You've got an arm in your pocket.
Oh, you have to press both at the same time.
uh-huh.
Oh.
Oh,
That's-
or you're just happy to see me. What? Now,
What?
hey, you've missed the other way. What's going on?
Nope, we're
Oh.
fine.
Okay, I guess it worked.
Thank goodness it worked.
Oh, it's Get Smart.
That's the rule of comedy. Every door is 10 doors.
Yep,
Oh.
just like that chicken.
Ye-
10-door
yes.
chicken.
This large, well-ventilated shuttle bay is probably the largest single room
Well
on the ship,
ventilated?
which is why you can often find Andorian megopeds playing hacky sack in here.
Mmm.
So we can just can we use the keychain to figure out which vehicle is the
As cool as it the
Ah.
shuttle's alarm is now deactivated.
I love that there's a clearly ships from other franchises in this parking lot.
What do you recognize? This looks a little bit
Yeah.
Star Trekky.
The Star Wars one on the far left. just
Oh,
the
over
back of
here.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't see that before.
I know I've seen the top right one somewhere else.
This
before.
one?
Yeah.
It kind of looks like the Starbug from Red Dwarf, I think. I don't know if you've seen that one.
I don't think I've seen it, so
Mm.
I'm not sure.
Well.
I think I had a toy that looked a lot like the bottom right one as well at some point.
In your extensive Transformers and G.I. Joe collections.
That would be what Transformer. Yeah, I think so.
Well, it's more than meets the eye. Can we get in this thing?
Oh, apparently.
Hey. What do you know?
Uh,
Not much.
oh,
So
there's
on the list,
there's
or-
some. What's that on the floor on the right?
Garbage!
Well, we are janitors. Let's pick it up.
Who in the world left all this trash in here? Isn't somebody supposed to clean up the shuttle when it comes back from a mission?
Like in Space Quest 2?
Yeah,
Oh, wait.
they're on that
That's
other ship right now.
On second thought, it doesn't look so bad, after all.
Can we get out of here?
Can we get out of here? Yes.
Sorry, that's not what I meant. Can Can we take off in this spaceship and go somewhere else? Is what I was getting at.
Well, what do we got?
This tank of emergency oxygen serves an incredibly important purpose.
Oh, there's something on the floor
It
behind
ensures
us
that
too.
the shuttle's hatch makes a neat
down there.
hissing sound when it opens and closes.
Hmm. Can we open the
Take
cupboard
another
next
cup
to
of
that?
MC Cola, the cola that gets you hammered.
Can we open what?
The cupboard next to the oxygen tank.
The
Did it
shuttle
just make it-
feels flimsy.
Did it just make an MC Hammer joke?
It did.
I think
The
think
shuttle
so.
feels flimsy.
Don't.
The
Don't.
shuttle. You've got way too much to do to spend time messing with that now.
Well, that.
Don't screw with a pattern buffer array. If you get messed up during teleportation, it can unscramble you.
This has a teleportation device?
It. No. Yes? What?
The shuttle always looks trashed like this when it
Trashed.
gets back from one of those intergalactic
Trashed.
tailgate parties.
We always give Gary Owen so much grief about how he pronounces these words. It's a good thing he's
I
dead.
don't think he's worried about it.
No.
This compartment contains the Devallium crystal subprocessor and main flux coupling.
Oh.
This compartment
What?
contains the manual override array and the pattern buffer subroutines.
It contains the subroutines.
Remember when subroutines was a incredibly technical term?
This upper compartment contains the subspace transmission relays and tachyon emitters. The shuttle closet contains an EVA suit and helmet for those infrequent repairs.
Oh.
That we'll probably have to use as part of the plot of this game.
This is the shuttle cockpit. You sit here. You will be smart. You will make it go. You will make things work.
Oh, that's optimistic.
That sounds like a toy commercial. You sit here. You
That's
make
actually
it
the
go.
most. It's actually the most optimistic he's been about us for the entire game.
Yeah.
Hey.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
Movies and games. I'm in.
All right.
The power is not currently on.
Oh.
Oh,
Ah!
Yeah.
What did I do?
It reminds you of one of those hand pumps you use when the Astrohead plugs up.
oh.
Oh, I used to play
It's
the
a
bass for
tube of
Astrohead.
Elmo's Gluzol,
I used to play bass for Elmo's Gluzol.
the most indispensable item in the universe. Duct tape.
Indispensable?
Indispensable.
Okay.
You can't-
is
you
that
can't
the,
despend it.
is the power up at the top there?
Here.
Oh no, there's something that marked power. No, above Roger.
Pretty much everything's above Roger.
You've got some nerve.
Nav.
Oh,
Nav.
you've got some nav.
What's the button underneath power? What does that say? Initiation?
That wouldn't prove fulfilling.
Oh, would it not?
This is the shuttle.
Listen,
Oh, come on.
not everything has to be fulfilling. Sometimes
These
you
are
just gotta do
navigational
what
systems.
works.
Okay, so this is
These-
nav. This is.
This looks like the launch initiation button.
There we go. Intermix, not correctly set.
Oh,
Oh, what are we?
I
a
played
DJ?
bass for Intermix in high school.
Navigation computer offline. System integrity failure. That sounds good.
Oh,
Let's.
What
Oh,
is-
so that'll match our
No.
own integrity failure.
Oh. Aw.
oh.
Oh,
Photo triangulation
Oh.
system.
It
we
wouldn't be.
can't triangulate. Oh,
Oh, there's
mercury, sulfur, potassium, and neon.
Lasagna.
and lasagna apparently.
Ooh.
Mercury, sulfur, and potassium as fuels,
Well,
and neon
I
as a
guess this is-
catalyst.
If only we had a chemist to tell us what these things mean.
I'd rather not go into it. Can we pop the? Oh, let's pop the hood.
Well, I guess this isn't going to help me now.
What?
I don't know.
Open the trunk?
Looky there. It appears to be a release handle for the hood of the shuttle.
Okay.
Well.
Do we know anything about
Spaceships?
No.
lasagna?
I know lots about lasagna.
It's
That's
true.
one of my
This is
favorite
the
topics.
intermix confirmation display. Once the proper four
Oh,
elements
you
have
have to
been
select the
selected along
proper
with the
four
proper confirmation
elements.
code, the shuttle
Oh.
is ready to fly.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe it's a good thing
So
we
are
have a
those-
chemist here. Can we change these? Can we like? Oh, sodium. Here we go. Nitrogen, neptunium,
Neptunium, cobalt,
barium,
praseodymium.
iron, strontium, chlorine, tin, mercury. Okay.
Wait. Oh, okay, so it's not like you can't select any element for these. There's just
There's a lot of them though.
But they're all different.
Gold. Ooh.
Wait, is this another thing that would be in the copy protection magazine?
I don't know.
Don't pick at it.
Because there is a periodic table in the copy protection magazine.
Do you have it handy? any
I
chance?
have it saved handy.
Okay, that's a start.
Don't. You'll distort the op.
What's this thing?
This is the
Mice.
photo triangulation system unit. It houses the optics as well as the print recorder and ejector.
Okay, so okay, so
Oh, you know what? Let's just put the key in. Why don't we do that? We didn't do that.
What?
Where's the key? Key. Where's the keyhole?
Don't touch that. You summon the ability. It's just another in the array of displays you are totally mystified by.
It sure is.
You might want to fire up the
So
sucker before.
there is a periodic table in the magazine, but it says it's the solution to last month's puzzle.
Okay.
And it doesn't have 4 of them selected.
I need to zoom out a little bit to see the whole thing.
Hydrogen? Oh, we can change this too.
Snowy
No,
napkin
it doesn't
pencil.
have 4 of them selected, but it could be like either there's a number somewhere that has the numbers of the elements, or the letters of the elements, like the elemental symbols.
Or there's a
somewhere.
word somewhere, and if you spell it out, it's got symbols. It's spelled
Yeah.
of symbols. Intermix. What are those elements?
Intermix. Okay, so indium, tellurium. Oh, now we run into problems.
No.
There's no R. There's no
Rhodium.
RM.
Romium.
Is there an
Romium.
ER?
Romium
Erbium
9.
is ER.
So INTER MI.
Ten.
MI.
No.
That's Michigan.
And if you used M, I, and X, then that's too many.
Yeah.
Well, why don't we just plug a
The back
subroutine
page
in there and
screen
see
of
if
some-
the
Do we have a
subroutines
subroutine
have
card?
codes. We have a whole closet full of them, remember? This
As
is where the
cool as it would be
subroutines are kept.
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah.
How do we stand? Let's open them subroutines.
This compartment is sealed in order to shield the tachyon.
Oh,
Of
that's
course,
not it.
you never made it beyond first year.
First year. Where's my
Don't screw
subroutines?
with a pattern buffer.
Which
No,
one?
it's the middle one, isn't it?
You've got way too much to do to spend
Oh.
time messing with
Okay.
that now.
What? No, we don't. That's how we make the ship go.
What's this?
The shuttle always looks trashed.
No.
Trash.
Okay.
How come it told us last time when it covered what was in them?
This compartment contains the device.
Because I was looking instead of touching.
This upper
Oh,
compartment
right.
contains the
Look with your eyes, not with your hands.
this compartment contains the manual override.
Yeah, it's this one.
There.
Don't screw with a pattern buffer array. If you get messed up during teleportation, it can unscramble you.
Okay, we don't want to screw with that. We want to get some subroutines.
Okay, is there another, like, what's that crumpled paper in the corner? Is that like something that might have a code on it or
Who in the
something?
world left all... Oh, wait.
Gee, you finally decide to do some
No.
janitoring. Great timing.
What about in the back pocket of the 2 seats? There's like,
Oh.
It wouldn't be prudent.
I do see a
Oh.
thing here. Oh, what?
what is this?
What isn't this?
What?
It's the
Make.
recall notice.
Recall?
It's the
A
recall.
recall notice?
It's the
For this
it's
ship?
the recall notice.
So plus this thing minus this thing.
It feels slightly.
Yeah.
It feels.
What?
Well, this
It's the
isn't okay.
It's the recall.
Does that help me? I got points for it. What? Is
Well,
it-
clearly it's got a code on it.
We have this handy dandy arm that says there's more inventory below.
Scroll down
Handy
here.
arm.
Handy dandy arm. Okay.
Handy.
Hello, I'm Handy Dandy Arm.
We have this fingery hand.
This fingery dingery hand.
Fingery dingery hand.
Can I?
That's an interesting idea.
We have this army darmy
As
torso.
cool as it would.
We have this knuckly duckly finger. Okay.
Oh,
So what about I'm gonna look at this thing. It's just gonna say, "Isn't that interesting?" or something.
It's the recall notice.
Okay.
It reads, "Dear
Oh.
Ham Shuttle
wait,
owner,
no, wait.
It has come to our attention that there is a minor misprint in the owner's manual for the 1000 series of shuttles. Until a new manual can be acquired, please disregard page 73, paragraph 4 of that manual."
What?
So we should look at that then.
Where it reads, "When jumping the 1000 series, please match the plus with the plus. Follow the same procedure for the minus and the minus. Please match the plus with the frt and the minus with the frere."
The plus goes with the
Yes.
tuning.
Never
fork
make a
and the
short
minus
circuit
with the-
between the fourth and the Freer poles.
So this tells me we're going to have to jump the ship at some point.
Oh, look at this. We've got a fruity dirty recall.
Okay, well that's
Okay.
not a subroutine.
I mean, I would try mixing. Oh,
Hang on, I'm trying to find it again. Try mixing.
well, you've got hydrogen and you've got oxygen.
And nitrogen, right? That's what makes fuel.
Is it?
or
Do you
that
have
just
like
air?
a? Do you? That's just air, but sure. Can you
Better
change
than
the
what it was
catalyst?
before.
Can you start going through catalysts?
Yep.
No. 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 No.
Xeon.
Weird. No. 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 That's it for catalysts? Oh dear. Okay. I was hoping for at least like platinum or palladium or something. Anyway.
That's it?
No, that's a.
Look how
catalytic
appalled
converter.
you
Anyway.
were. What? Their catalyst selection is appalling.
I'd like to complain about your catalyst selection, please.
I'd like to complain about the confirmation code selection.
It wouldn't be. It wouldn't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
It wouldn't be
lasagna,
proof.
snowy, napkin, fences. Those are the 4 confirmation codes.
Do we have to pop the hood and go and look, or can we
Well.
not?
I guess.
Well, what if we
Okay.
power down? Then can we pop the hood?
Well,
Nope. Can we pop
well.
the trunk? No.
Okay.
Okay, this is it's going well. I mean, we're technically in space, so this is fine.
We also seem to be safe in the garage at this point, which is handy.
Yeah.
Because
I feel like we need to do something else, but I have no worldly idea what it is. Is it
I
this?
feel like we need to comment on how slowly those two other guys are working. They're still in exactly the same spots as they were.
Oh, there is another guy. I didn't see him up there. Or her. It's really hard to tell at this resolution. Or in this day and age.
Well, in that day and age, they're probably both.
Agreed. In 1997, these are both certainly male characters. Male non-characters, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Because otherwise we'd be able
Oh,
to...
there's elements written right there on an F8 pole.
Yep.
What? Should we use those?
I don't know.
She can't take much more of this, Captain.
No, those are.
She is a female.
I
Oh no,
don't-
the
She
ship
can't
is
take
she.
much-
Sorry.
Yes, all ships are females.
I didn't realize who was
ship.
talking.
Oh, well, he is
He's
waxing the ship.
She can't take... Ooh, a mint condition 57.
Let's...
Ooh.
No. Whatever. Anyways, let's...
So water,
This refueling
oxygen.
pillar signifies parking section F8.
Oh, great.
Instead of
So I guess
F8,
this is where
this
you
post
get,
used
like,
to have
these
a picture of a
compounds
large
from,
cartoon mouse,
right?
but
Like
Starcon
the carbon
removed it after being
dioxide and
threatened
the
with legal action.
oxygen in the
For
water.
the same company that lost its shirt on Andromeda Disney, the first amusement park on Andromeda.
Oh.
So water, oxygen, nitrous oxide,
Yes.
and carbon dioxide.
Yes.
This refueling pill, instead of...
Okay, so this is a refueling pillar.
Yes.
That's
Okay.
F9.
This support is labeled F9 so that entities can easily find where they park their shuttles, pods, runabouts, and other mini-ships.
Hmm.
The Deep Ship's
Okay.
shuttle has a reserved spot in this row.
Mm-hmm.
Can we walk off this screen? Is there more in this garage? Obviously, there are at least F7 more pillars.
It seems like I'm not getting an exit prompt anywhere. So I think this is it.
Mm.
I'm
So
willing.
the answer has to be in here somewhere.
Let's
I
go up to
know.
this booth in the bottom left corner and
You
start
need the
the alarm.
appropriate clearance to get to the Shuttle Bay Operations Workstation.
Hmm.
And you don't even have the appropriate clearance to go to the John. You won't be doing any refueling around here, bub. Not since you were caught smoking while filling the O2 tanks.
The O2 tanks.
Thanks a lot.
The tanks for nothing.
Hmm.
Was,
Oh,
was that green screen on before? I
Yeah.
remember seeing it turn on that time. Okay.
Can you wait a second?
Uh-huh.
Can you show what the other confirmation codes are?
Lasagna, snowy, napkin, and fences. Okay.
Wait a minute. So what if the code is lasagna? Can we spell lasagna with the elements? Lanthanum. LAS for sulfur.
And silver?
AG for silver. NE for neon.
Alright, let's see.
Don't touch that.
Hey.
Don't touch the iron.
Sulfur. Oop, silver. Gotta go around the horn now.
Oh.
Oh, and then neon for the...
Neon.
Ah. Okay.
Oh.
Hey, alright, that looks good.
Retinal
Hey.
scan.
Oh.
Oh.
That's delightfully...
Eyeball.
Oh,
Eyeball.
there it is.
Let's see if this sucker works.
It's not a sucker, it's just a scanner.
Let's see if this scanner works.
Yay!
Whoa! Oh dear.
Oh, it's the gentle alarm.
Oh, stormtroopers
They seem to be
shooting everywhere.
Storm Cooper.
What?
Wow.
What fish?
The fish that we got some time ago. Remember, we got a fish from Elmo when we bought the guide from him. And the game has been taking ridiculous and implausible lengths to make sure we continuously have our fish with us.
Janitor Wilco, what are you doing? You have no authorization to take that shuttle. To make matters worse, you have launched into the middle of a super double reverse anti-anomaly.
What?
You will turn that ship around immediately and head back to the shuttle bay. Do you understand, Wilco?
No, Aslan.
Bite me, Commander.
What was that last transmission, Wilco?
We're having a little problem with the signal, sir. I mean, with all due respect, sir, I did plead with you not to leave Stellar behind. Sir, I sense that something's just not right with that community. I don't believe Stellar is dead, and I just can't leave her there.
I
I'm
am
going to do
reading
this,
these
sir,
lines as they
regardless
are
of the
written.
consequences.
Yeah.
Stellar saved my life not once, but twice. I owe her.
Well, that was her own stupid mistake. I demand that you return at once, Wilco. If you do so and surrender now, your record will be taken into consideration during your disciplinary hearing.
That doesn't
That
bode well
doesn't
for us.
sound good.
Yeah.
Oh, that'll help you load.
Yeah, there we go.
I'm sorry, sir, but I just can't. I have to do this.
I have to do this.
Wilco,
After their
you
list.
fool!
You fool! Click.
Just then, the shuttle is sucked into the anti-anomaly. Communication with the deep ship has been disrupted.
Hooray!
This has not been animated due to the extreme expense.
Use your imagination, folks.
Wouldn't a reverse anti-anomaly just be an anomaly?
Oh no, it has been animated.
For your viewing pleasure.
For your viewing displeasure.
The end. Oh.
Oh, there's more game.
Oh, yeah, I thought maybe. Oh, never mind.
Oh, well.
This is the shuttle's cockpit. All the
No
action
kidding.
takes place right here.
What
Wow.
are we being prompted with?
This is the main.
Uh,
This is the main cockpit display. Various subsystems of the
but
shuttle.
it doesn't look like anything's on. Can we turn the power on?
Yeah, like,
Well, there's not enough power to restart the engines.
well, they didn't really communicate that
the
there was something
anomaly.
wrong with the engines. They just said, here's a screen. Okay, let's pop the trunk.
You pull the handle and hear something release on the outside of the shuttle.
Wait, so in space you can open the trunk, but not in the garage.
Oh, now we've opened both. Great.
That's like the that's the tagline for the Aliens movie. In space, you can open the trunk.
Wait, there's a flashing blue light. What is that?
It's a flashing blue light.
Yeah,
This
right there.
button activates the manual override state. It is effective only while in flight.
There we go. Yeah.
Sir, I am unable to access the navigational computer.
Manuel override.
I am guessing that it may have overloaded just as the divalium crystal somehow went offline. Once repairs have been made and the shuttle engines have been refired, I believe I can follow the deep ship's ion trail back to Delta Berxilon 5.
That would be quite cool, Manuel. You sure about that?
It's Manuel.
Once the divalium crystal has been repaired, our electrical system reestablished, and the engines fired, I am
Oh, you just have to
97.2%,
fire
sir.
the engines? Oh, okay. You're
Why
fired!
only 97.2%?
I judged 97.2% to sound more hip to our audience than would 100. You would have to mention it.
Sorry.
Don't apologize
Wow.
to me. It's the players you ruined it for.
Wow. He still didn't apologize to us.
This dialogue is more wooden than this table.
There's nothing like a good fourth wall break, and that was nothing like a good fourth wall break. So let's get going. Well, let's
Save the game.
yeah, let's save the game. I'm pretty sure we're gonna screw something up at some point here.
Man, I hope so. All this success has been.
And done.
Oh well, the
Well,
ship's
EVA
clean.
suits weren't designed just as a fashion statement, Roger.
Fashion. Sorry, what was that?
Station.
Well, the garbage was gone.
Yep.
We should
Great way to clean.
do that again, but hold on and let it suck all the garbage out.
I love that the spacesuit is basically the same outfit as he's currently wearing, only slightly bulkier looking.
And not once he puts it on. Oh, he hasn't put it on yet.
Da, 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 da. The little putting clothes on dance he does. Da, 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 da.
Do you want-
Maybe take something to tether yourself to the. Never mind.
Nah.
There's just enough gravity on the ship to hold you right there.
The unfilled hollow of space is now just a fabric's thickness away. You forgot just how much more spectacular the view is from outside. You won't find anything like this in any oxygen-filled environment, except maybe for that small vacuous chamber barely holding your ears apart.
Whoa, he sounds.
Now he
angry.
just sounds angry.
Yeah, he got angry at the end there. I think he recorded that at, like, as he was recording that, they were handing him his paycheck and he was like, "What?"
What's
Okay,
with this
so
fish
do we not
deal?
need...
Now one stuck in the engine intake.
Oh, can we get rid of that? I love that you can swim through...
There we go.
Alright,
What are
now the
these?
trunk?
Is that
These
pool
are the
toys?
shuttle's jumper cables. That
Oh.
sure doesn't make you feel real secure about this spacecraft if those are standard equipment.
Jumper cables.
Well-
Let's swim through the non-existent air to get there.
You don't swim through air. What is this?
Yeah, right.
Okay,
I
what
love
do we...
that like the
Go ahead.
animation of the ship is really detailed and straightforward, and the
It's
animation of the
help
character is
sign
very
from the shuttle's
cartoony.
trunk.
Like the art doesn't go together.
Yeah, it definitely does not go together. I guess if there's something that you're going to be like spinning around, no, why wouldn't you just hand animate everything? I think it would be quicker.
Yeah.
Maybe they were like, well, we don't want to. Anyways,
These are the shuttle's.
okay, so we have
Okay, so-
jumper cables.
So let's go back to the hood.
That's the
Let's
hood.
lick the hood.
Beneath it.
Oh, did I just close the? I don't want to close the hood. Just walk to the hood, please.
I think you closed it. Oh, you didn't.
It wouldn't be prudent.
The little
There we go.
turnaround.
All right. Well, we're gonna have to go back into the ship to open the hood. Oh shoot! Can we go back in the ship? Yes, we can. All right.
You neatly replace the EVA
No, I don't-
suit in its proper place.
No. Too diligent.
My
Sure,
sole
the game
purpose is to
designer
help
said,
you,
let's
sir.
let's make some assumptions about how people will play this game.
I can't believe they're assuming that people won't have made a mistake.
I think they did this just so that it would be annoying every time.
So you have to put on the helmet and the spacesuit separately
Let's put on the helmet
every
first.
time.
Boop.
It just doesn't
I love
work
the
that
like.
way.
What?
What doesn't work that way? Oh, what an
Well, you
idiot.
can't put it on first.
So
You
let's
have
do
to
our
put the
putting on pants dance. Doodly doodly doodle doodle.
do 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 do
Okay.
do do
As
do do
cool as-
do
No,
do
on
do.
me, you idiot.
On your head, moron.
Okay, so we have jumper cables, but we don't have another ship to jump cables to.
Oh, that's a good point.
But we do have
What
a
do we jump
gigantic
it?
help sign.
We
Oh,
do
maybe
have
that's what we
morphine.
put up there. Oh, time passes. Tim
Wow.
Passoff.
Time passes and McCullough scores. Look at him go.
Okay, that's cute. Why wouldn't you just wait inside the ship?
Yeah.
Because then we'd have to talk to Manuel Override.
Is there going to be a hilarious wake-up sequence?
Yep.
Not really.
Well, it's funnier than
Hello,
most of the stuff.
sweetheart. You look like you could use a little assistance. Is there anything I can do?
Well, yes, there is. Thanks for stopping.
Well, you should just name it, I guess.
It
Wrigley.
seems I've stalled my engines. Could you give me a jump? I have cables.
I have cables.
I'd jump you in a heartbeat, dog.
Oh my goodness.
I guess you must have got caught up in that anti-anomaly. They can be a real pain in the... Well, anyway, let's get it done.
Thank you, Sierra, for your strong portrayal of women in video games.
Well, here's your end of the cables.
I'll let you
Whoa.
know when I'm all hooked up.
Oh my goodness. Slow down. Get a room.
Contact.
Duh.
I'm pretty sure you don't...
These are really long cables. Oh. We have to remember what the recall said.
No, we don't. Oh, look at our fish.
It looks vaguely like your hind. It's the recall. It reads, Dear Ham.
So... match the plus with the trident and the minus with the O.
Okay.
So that means that we have to make the jump in logic that the positive is the red.
Red cable.
I hope you're right. Trident.
That's just another thing I don't understand.
Click. I said. Oh, sure.
You can't just attach it to the painted symbol on the board.
Yes.
Which one's the... Oh, is it the one at the back right, kind of?
Okay,
Yeah.
Manuel. We're all hooked up. Give it a try.
Ah,
Bye-bye, Sugar Bunny.
that's not my name.
I gotta
Sugar
be running
Bunny.
along.
Hey, thanks for stopping to help me.
See ya.
That's like the worst wave. Yikes.
Wow.
Alien from Space Quest.
Yeah,
2.
don't warn her or anything.
Well, it's none of our business. All right.
See, this is when you could animate him just going back into the ship.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You neatly replace the EVA suit in its proper place.
So Eva can find it later.
So, what is this?
Someone must have been fixing the diagnostic relays.
Grab those.
You know as much about fixing diagnostic relays as you do about performing a Tetryon particle sweep.
I mean, that's not wrong.
Loser.
What?
Fakes.
There's a lot of needless abuse in this game.
I think
Let's
they knew this
save
was
it,
going to
by
be
the
the
way.
last one. They're like, let's just dunk on our players.
You pile of trash!
let's make sure nobody wants to play another one of
Then,
these.
the Galactican said, if I did have hover capabilities, I wouldn't need the cleft snorter. Excuse me, sir. How may I enhance your efforts?
Aha! Aha!
Can we just talk?
Sir, I believe the divalium crystal is still
Oh,
offline.
you need to fix
Yeah,
the divalium
moron.
crystal.
Where is that?
Well, I think it was in the top
Compartment contains
compartment.
the divalium crystal
Oh,
subprocessor and main flux coupling.
So it's that one.
Oh, now you're allowed to open it.
It feels nice.
Ew.
Okay. Can we lick it?
Wow. Crystal seems to have broken. I swear, it wasn't me.
Now we're in
Duct tape.
Hey, I've gotten us
What?
this far, haven't I?
Yes, and what a wonderful place it is.
Is he talking to the narrator now?
Yeah,
I
he
get
does that
up
from
in
time to
this
time.
deal. My agent's going to be hearing from me big time.
Big time.
Wait, why would you say it that way? Why would you say it that way?
He's Gary Owens. He can say it however he wants.
It feels nice.
Can I not just take it?
So, what else do we have in our inventory at this point?
Duct tape, glue.
Duct tape and glue. Okay, one of the two.
Oh, yeah.
We tried duct tape
He said
first.
he said it was offline, not that it was in the wrong place.
Right.
So maybe we just fix it.
Let's
but
try
leave
duct
there.
taping it.
Okay, duct tape this.
Excellent guess, Kreskin. Wrong, but excellent.
Oh.
Thank you.
All right, let's.
Okay, maybe Elmer's glue will fix it.
It's
I mean,
Gluzol it
Elmo's
Elmo's
gluzol.
gluzol.
is.
All right.
Do you have to do
That
it again? Do you have to do it again?
That seemed haphazard.
There's no need to attempt gluing it again.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Fine.
Because there have been
whatever.
other puzzles in this game where you have to do something multiple times for it to
It feels
work.
nice.
Yeah, the door to get into the basement of the bar was one.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's
You
still
should close that panel again, hey?
Well, is that it? Is that enough? Did we? Is it fixed? We just dolloped some
I am
glue
here
on
to
it.
serve you, sir.
Well, we have to try it.
Sir, I believe the divalium crystal
It is
still
not. I glued it.
We glued it onto the line.
It's Glud.
I think we have to glue something to it.
What does that pump do again? That weird pumpy
It's the
thing?
pump
Yeah.
you retrieve from the shuttle trunk. It reminds you of one of those hand pumps you use when the astrohead plugs up.
Okay.
Oh, what's
This is the data corder you got from that endodroid hunter dude.
Dude.
Sorry, you can't bring up.
Can we not open it?
Sorry.
I want to open it. Sorry.
Do we not have the arm or the
No, they're gone.
eyeball anymore?
They's gone.
Mm.
We used them once, and then, like real things in real life, they disappear. All right. How about?
Do those yellow lights mean anything?
That's an interesting idea.
The yellow lights.
The compartment
those two little
crystal
yellow
has
lights.
been glued already.
What the hell was that?
What about...
I heard a child yelling somewhere.
The shuttle feels
Do we have any other chunks of anything? No, that's it for our inventory, right?
Mm-hmm.
The shuttle's alarm is now activated.
That may not be ideal.
That's probably not a good idea.
The shuttle's alarm.
Hmm. Hmm.
Is there some trash? Some of the trash on the floor? No, because you can't pick it up, right? It's just
No, it tells
The
us.
compartment crystal.
Yeah, it's been
has
glued.
been
all
glued.
But then can we not?
It feels nice.
What if we duct tape it now?
Maybe.
Oh yeah. Okay, sure.
Glue the duct tape on.
Boy, wouldn't it be?
No.
No.
This thing?
What if we give it a shot of morphine?
It did seem like a good idea at the time.
It probably seemed.
Hmm.
Glue the recall.
That's an.
Let's recall the crystal.
Pump.
Boy, wouldn't it?
No. We tried more glue. This thing?
It probably.
Okay, so.
What if we put the helmet on it?
I'm open to suggestions. You know, why not?
Boy, wouldn't it be?
No.
What's this thing? Is this a thing?
The shuttle closet contains an.
That's the hook where the helmet was hanging.
Ah.
It would appear that merging.
Oh,
What?
You don't want to merge the helmet with the hook.
I mean, I do.
Irritating.
Now, to the credit of this game, and I'm not going to say that very much or again, they have not put us in any unwinnable situations yet. They've programmed this, as far as I know, to be winnable at every point, as long as you can figure out what you need to do.
I mean, they have done a very poor job of telegraphing the actual solutions.
The Galactican set.
Yes, they,
Okay,
they
so
have done that.
question.
Yep.
We have glued the crystal, but it is not online. Is there something we need to program to re-engage it or something?
I don't know. Movies? Maybe there's movies.
Are we allowed to go get some of those subroutines now? Is there a subroutine for?
Hmm.
I don't know.
Don't screw.
Put this back. Can we open
Don't
this?
screw with.
No. Can we open
This
this?
compartment
No.
is sealed in order to shield the tachyon. Of course, you.
No.
So that's unless there's something else, like that oxygen tank over there. Can we?
Use it to bash the
The
door
emergency oxygen tank is not removable, nor can you activate it by hand. It's patched directly into the shuttle door's
Oh,
sound
no.
effects matrix.
open. Boo.
You may not do either of the two things that the hand icon is used for. All right, since we
I'm running away.
since we can still go outside the ship, I'm going to go outside the ship and have a little look. I think we've
I'm
seen.
waiting for the inevitable. There's no need to do that, idiot.
Yeah, me too. But then at least we'll know.
Okay.
All right.
There.
Anyone, is there any crystal out here we can
That,
use?
of course, is your freshly stolen shuttle from the Deep Ship 86. That, of course, it's the shuttle.
The help sign blew away
Yep.
in
That,
the
of
wind
course,
of
is
space.
The unfilled hollow. The
All right.
Really, if it's filled, it's no longer a
That,
hollow.
of course, is your freshly. That, of.
Okay. I don't see anything.
That, of course. That, of. That, of. That, of. That, of.
Looks like he's on one of those mini trampolines holding onto a railing.
Doingy, doingy, doingy.
Can we leave? You know what? Maybe we
Yeah,
can
just run away.
We can just leave.
Just go find another ship.
Lady, come back.
That wouldn't prove fulfilling.
I think it would.
I'm all for fulfilling. Okay. I don't see anything we can do out here.
No.
And when we took the two
You
objects
neatly
out of the
replace
trunk,
the EVA suit in its proper place.
he closed the trunk.
Yes, he did.
So I don't think we need anything in there, although I'd be willing to look if we thought it was an idea.
The shuttle always looks...
Shut up.
These are the seats for the semi-transparency also makes it easier to spot loose change and crumbs that have fallen between the cushions.
Oh.
I wonder...
What may I do for you, sir?
Who wrote the book of love?
Oh, can you just ask him about like how to
What
get it
to
back
do?
online?
Sir, I believe the divalium crystal is still offline.
Yes.
Sir, sir, sir,
Uh,
sir,
sir.
What else do you
Sir.
believe?
Sir. In life after love?
Don't pick that. It
Do we
Who you?
Oh, did we have to do something with the power off for the divalium crystal?
Maybe. I don't know. Let's try it.
No.
It feels nice.
Do you look at
Uh.
it and see if it gives you more information?
The compartment crystal has been glued already.
Well,
Yeah,
we haven't
okay.
tried licking it.
You get a jump on senility by mumbling to yourself.
Oh.
All right. Climb in with it.
Very slightly close.
It feels nice.
You turned around and told the room.
Ew.
By the way, everybody, this feels nice.
It feels nice. It's like getting a
Okay.
tan, only with radiation.
Are we baffled?
And without the tan.
I'm pretty baffled.
Are we baffled to the point where we want to look up a walkthrough?
Oh.
It's
Give me a minute.
it's too early in the morning for me not to be baffled.
The shuttle.
Yeah, I mean, part of this is just the fact that, you know, we're doing this at a time we don't normally do. We're using our Saturday morning / early afternoon for this.
Oh,
It'll be
Okay.
entirely morning
So-
for me.
True.
so let's open our pockets.
Our pockets. Okay, hang on. Let me
Sound like a primary school teacher.
Yeah.
Is it
Let's open our pockets.
What?
okay?
You
I'm going to just.
You put. There's nothing.
Oh, what? I did this. I tried to do this.
Yeah.
This button.
This is what I was going to do, and it wouldn't let me do it. This thing right
Uh-huh.
here.
Yeah.
This circuit
yeah.
board is not.
I knew there was something else we needed to do in here. Because it is a...
It's a piece of divalium crystal.
Right.
There you go. Yes. So I think what we have to do
Oh,
is
Glue that to
Yeah, we glue that into here. That's...
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to do. It wouldn't let me look at this thing before, though. It was like, you can't because it's thing... Blah.
that's exactly what it said.
That's
yeah.
how Gary Owen sounds. Sorry, sounded.
It would appear that merging.
Yes, it is. Oh, do we need to glue it as well? I bet we do.
You pour glue all over the crystal.
That's how glue works. You glue both things you're going to attach to.
Sometimes, well, certain types of glue, yes, that is how it works.
but not Elmer's.
But not
Yeah.
not Elmo's Gluezol. No.
I will admit that two-part epoxy it does work like that, but the two parts are not the same thing.
You hold the glue-coated segment to the broken divalium crystal for 10 seconds to set the glue.
Okay, if it's Elmo's, it needs more than 10 seconds. You need to leave it for the afternoon.
Let's close this thing up. And sit it back down.
Now, is
Good
the glue
work, sir.
gone from our...
I believe I can now follow the
inventory
ion
is the
trail
question.
of Deep Ship 86 back to Delta Berxalon 5.
I don't know. Let's see. It is. No more glue.
Okay.
Well. This thing? There we go.
Most of these sequences have been worked.
We're doing it!
Do.
I honestly thought we would get stuck at this point for longer.
Music for starting the power, but not for flying.
Well, no, that's the startup sound in the computer itself. It's diegetic music in the game. It's not like...
They could have given us some.
Yeah.
Oops.
Alright. Can we just leave again? Okay.
I assume there's air. Oh.
Oh. Slurp. Maybe we save this now? Possibly?
Docking
Yeah,
quarters,
that seems
Laba,
good.
and Labababa. Here's your music.
Yeah. It's not
You picked
flying
yourself to
music,
make-
but
Where do we want to go? I think we
All
should
right.
pick
Well,
up
we're
some
at the
quarters.
docking bay. Yeah, let's
Yes,
get
we
some
can-
quarters so we can do some laundry.
yeah.
I thought maybe it meant play quarters, like at the bar.
Oh.
Did we go... Nope. That's Hello.
Also, no.
This is your
Just
quarters.
walk on.
Psych.
Okay, let's go to the lab, I guess.
Laba.
Laba.
To me.
Ooh, now we can leave.
Oh,
Oh,
laboratoria.
a mad scientist working on a planet called Delta Berxalon. You wonder what he's doing here? Designing women, perhaps?
Oh my
Did you-
gosh, you chose that name
Sorry?
specifically to make this one joke.
Oh.
It's too dark to make out any details beneath the grid, but you think you can hear whirs, clanks, and clicks far, far below.
Oh.
Hmm.
After your recent experience in the SCS Goliath, you've had quite enough of crawling around below floorboards to last you for a while. They'll have to find a fresher sap.
That's
To
a
be
fair
fair, that's
assessment
true.
of Space Quest 5, yeah.
You consider switching the multiband UV wave bath to a UVA so you can catch a quick tan, but you're pretty sure someone would yell at you about it.
Alright, what am I looking at?
Hey, they've got their own multiband UV wave bath straight out of the Ed Mundane catalog. A
Ed
couple of Bunsen
Monday.
burners sit on the counter.
What is
Judging
that
from the way this tank is
well-lit
close to the
thing in the
Bunsen burner
middle?
above it, you figure it must be a big container of Bunsen. This
Ouch.
depiction of a region holder is based on science fact.
A
and
region
current
holder?
NASA research.
Regent.
Science so hard
To
you
hold
could
your
bounce an
kings.
asteroid off of it. You think it's an Erlenmeyer flask.
You are wrong, but you...
As usual, though, you're
I
sadly
knew it!
mistaken. An Erlenmeyer flask is conical. This flask is spherical. Shows what you know.
Ah, I
So-
could really
oh
go
my-
for a drink of Erlenmeyer right now.
So what is it if it's spherical?
Well, it depends what. It's like if it's graded for volume, it could be a volumetric flask. If it's
Oh,
just
that's
like
what they call it.
something for distillation or something else, it would be something else.
I was trying to remember what they called it in Breaking Bad, and it was a volumetric flask.
This lab table has a conveniently round shape and pleasingly flat surface.
Okay, what's the thing that's well lit?
The thing that's... This thing?
Yes.
This is the only piece of equipment in the lab that's totally unfamiliar
Familiar to you, a janitor.
It appears
Okay, well,
biomechanical in nature with a
take it.
metallic skin that seems to expand and contract slightly.
Right.
You're not sure whether to turn it on, turn it off, open it, close it, disassemble it, pet it, wear it, whip up a batch of margaritas in it, launch it, or clean it. So in your decisive way, you do nothing with it.
That's not my decisive way, but
You wipe a few...
Corner? What corner? But, okay. I'm confused.
You wipe a few crumbs...
yeah, all right. Well, can we just do?
Well, who's the
We just hit him.
person?
It's Dr. Bellows, Delta Berxalon's token evil
Oh.
scientist.
He's French.
Let's talk to Dr. Bellows.
Hello, Doctor.
Fellows?
Janitor Wilco? What in blazes are you doing here?
Why do you sound like the
Well, Doc,
autopilot?
I got a distress call.
So why are you here?
Well, Doc, I got a distress
Doc.
call.
Because
I
I
got
know
it.
it originated here.
Oh.
In fact, it was from Stellar Santiago.
You're out of your mind, Wilco. Now go away and leave me alone. I've got important work to do. Goodbye.
I know something's up here, Doc, and I'm gonna get to the bottom of it. You'll be sorry, pal.
I'm not your pal,
Yes,
friend.
Whatever you say, Wilco. Just
Not your
get out
friend,
of my
pal.
face.
Oh, good, he's leaving us. This is
Don't go steal
Roger's
my
super-
ship in the docking bay.
This is Roger's superpower. He annoys people and makes them go away.
It's a monitor. You've seen one before. In fact, you're seeing two right now.
Oh.
Oh,
GDAD, it's a North Gateway with 5 gigabytes of RAM, a molecular memory hard disk with infinite capacity, a dodeca-speed CD-ROM drive, micro-sloth compatible mouse, and a built-in 10K pin laser printer. Just 3 more
Alright.
gigabytes
I
and
love
you can
how,
install OS 2
like,
on it.
in the 90s, the better technology is just always bigger versions of the same thing.
Yep.
Yep.
10-pin laser printer. Did you ever believe? Look at me, I'm Dr. Bellows. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, we can. All right. Oh, looky.
Cyberjack.
It hams
Hi, I'm
Cyberjack.
Cyberjack.
Tell me about accounting.
Dude, blah, 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 blah.
These aren't online yet.
Okay, I do
Apparently,
like that.
budget isn't a big concern here.
Research.
Who wants to look at boring old research records? Try something else.
Oh, come on. Prodigy. Okay, this is actually funny. Remembering the 90s, this is very funny.
After a click of the screen button, Prodigy begins to painfully, slowly fill the screen.
Bye-bye.
Oh, screw it. Even you don't have the time or patience for this.
What the?
No.
Yep. Well. Cyberspace Jack now. That should be
Do we have one of
insert
those?
cyberspace now, comma, Jack.
Insert cyberspace, Jack. And don't you come back no more.
That wouldn't prove fulfilling.
Do we have
Would
a
it hurt?
cyberspace Jack?
Of course we do.
Here it is.
Just pick any.
Excellent
Just let's
guess,
insert the
Preston.
pump.
Wrong, but excellent.
Okay, I feel like
Fish.
we don't have a
Fish.
cyberspace.
It wouldn't be proof.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't think we have a
Okay.
cyberspace Jack.
Um,
What else is here?
Oh,
well,
what does that
This
say right,
page appears to be a
behind
memo
him
from
there?
Sharpay to Dr. Bellows.
Behind this?
Yeah.
This behind our big
Wait,
stupid
what about the
head?
memo? There was something about a memo?
What?
This page appears to be a...
Oh.
You pick
Yeah.
up the memo and read through it. Sharpay was concerned that the secondary transplant subject had evaded recruitment, and that steps would need to be taken to either procure the subject forthwith or find a new STS.
Secondary transplant subject.
As usual, you're not really sure what they're talking about, but you're sure you don't like the sound of it.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure of that.
I go back to my previous question. Does it say high-tech stuff?
Yes.
Yep.
Oh.
Wow.
What we
You've
got?
heard of black boxes, haven't you? Well, this one's red.
Okay, that's fine.
It's just techie stuff. There is a Callahan Muddy here. Seems you remember talking about those things to someone recently.
Callahan.
It appears to be a Callahan Muddy. You take possession of the Callahan Muddy.
Let's
Great.
just take everything in the box.
It's just boring. It appears to be an old 1586 circuit board. Oh, that's right. You're not supposed to be a techie. We hope we didn't confuse you.
Who's we?
You have no use for that, You have no use for that, you silly little janitor. You have no... It feels...
Okay, so that was the only thing that was in the box.
Apparently.
There's another box up and to the right.
Here.
That's
I
true.
think it's a damn box.
What? Whoa, that's a lot of
You summon the
emotion for a
ability
box.
to leave it alone.
Language, Mr. Owens. Just read the lines as they're scripted, please.
Don't pick at it. You'll only...
Hey, this
Can
guy
we
ordered
screw up?
himself one nice desk chair.
Just one.
Did you just say, can we screw up? Because I think the answer is a resounding yes.
No, I was gonna say, can we screw up all of his ergonomic chair settings so when he gets back he has to spend half an hour resetting everything?
Yes, please.
Oh, no, we can't. So... Alright, so I wonder if this...
As cool as it would be...
Okay, no.
No. So is that the same thing that we had the burlesque thing earlier?
There was a
in the
burlesque
game?
one and a churlish one, yes.
Yes.
Um,
This one just says Callahan.
What's in all these crates in the bottom left?
A beautiful ruby-backed flagellant hops around in this cage, whipping itself with its prehensile tail.
Wow.
You peek inside the cage and see... Prip Thrip, a kind of moth that beats you up, steals your team jacket, and then eats it.
Oh.
This cage appears to be full of endearing little furry purring creatures. You vaguely remember seeing similar creatures on someone's screensaver.
Oh.
All right.
In this cage, you can just make out the familiar form of an Orion vivisectional mud puppy, the only creature in the universe that sedates itself, pins itself down, dissects itself, and lets you copy its lab
Oh
notes.
dear. Oh my gosh.
And the thing in the very corner?
A cybergenic incubator. You've heard about them.
Ooh.
You've seen pictures in magazines, but you never thought you'd actually get to see one up close.
you can't
Let's
fool me,
take
I
it.
don't read magazines.
Big whoop.
Let's open all the crates and then run.
Don't let the Crip Thrip out. It could be rabid, and there's nothing more dangerous than a rabid moth.
What?
Keep your hand out of the ruby-backed flagellant's cage unless you're looking for an angry red welt across your knuckles. And who isn't?
Time isn't.
Hey, careful. These endearing little furry purring creatures have only 3 rules. Don't get them wet, don't feed them after midnight, and...
Oh, man.
Oops, wrong endearing little furry purring creatures.
Whoa, the sound difference
I
in that
mean-
was startling.
Okay.
Careful, the Orion vivisectional mud puppy also enjoys vivisecting the occasional humanoid finger.
Ooh.
You'll flood the entire containment area with cyber genes.
And that's bad.
What if we,
Now
what
you
if we
will
want
have
to?
sit in a corner and just think about what you almost did.
What's on? So there's writing in the top left as well, or like something that looks vaguely like writing.
An overhead readout constantly displays the lab status.
It's A-okay.
Single.
Oddly, it reports that all conditions report green. Perhaps it's colorblind.
Oh.
Can we open the tanks behind us?
These things?
Yep. Or at least look
It
at
looks
them,
like
I
a
guess.
typical tank of smegminium, a cheesy substance used in the manufacture of projectiles, thrusters, and pistons.
Well
Nice
then.
try, but highly refined smegminium such as this weighs over 2 tons per gram.
Wow.
2
It
tons
also
per
won't win you
gram.
any friends on the singles circuit.
2 tons per gram.
Can we just open it and
Nice
flood the
try.
office
It
with
also
it?
won't.
And then
No.
Hey, trust us. You don't want to get within 10 feet of Fresnon.
oh, that one's different.
It is different.
The markings on this tank indicate that it's full of Fresnon, a deadly nerve gas.
Just kick it
Symptoms
over
of
and run.
exposure include slurred speech, a red neck, raisin-like
Oh.
wrinkling of the face and extremities, and a sudden fondness for livestock.
Whoa, okay.
Wow, that's dark.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know if is there. I don't know if there's anything else for us to do in here.
There are other things on the desk at the top center
Here?
that we can talk to,
That looks like
Yeah,
a standard
and-
test tube rack.
and the one to the right as well.
This
So
one?
that's a lamp.
The lab
That's
table
a
is
lamp.
illuminated by a full-spectrum trithisonium bulb that simulates the naturally occurring light of a trinary star system.
Nice.
It occurs to me that the easiest or simplest part of development is the writing of jokes about background elements, because it does not affect gameplay.
Yeah.
And then you just
Yeah.
have to pay Gary Owen for his time and voice.
The light on the bottom of the frame of the arch, does that do something?
This?
There's
Yeah.
some sort of infrared motion detector unit at floor level.
Hmm.
You hazily recall from a childhood experience that waving your hand in front of an electric eye is a good way to need the top half of your head surgically reattached.
Remember? Good times.
Right?
Say, they've got all 4 volumes of Asik Ayazamov's Foundation Trilogy.
Wow.
Hey, a 4-volume trilogy.
The subject of this memo reads, submicroscopic neural linkages. This lab report
Nothing
charts
else?
the progress of the Golden Light Years Orbital Retirement Village.
Hmm.
There is an entirely other lab we haven't been to yet.
Oh, Lab B.
Yeah,
yes.
Lab B. We haven't been there yet.
You press the Lab B button, but the Ascendo pad doesn't move.
Oh, thank
Apparently
goodness.
you need some sort of clearance to get to Lab
Okay, so that's
B.
actually it then.
So it won't open. I didn't want to go to Lab B anyway.
Yeah.
But we
well,
did.
We did, but Roger did not. Wow. Wow. Can we go out now? No? We knock on the door.
You're far too
Can
much
you-
of
what
a
happens if you
wuss to
insert
pry
a
open
quarter?
the portal doors.
Maybe it's not our quarters.
Wait, I don't think we have a quarter.
It
Right.
looks vaguely like your hiney after it's been chewed out by your boss.
Let's duct tape the door shut so nobody else can come in.
It's the
or
most
out.
It's a good idea.
Yeah.
I like it.
as cool as it would be. Excellent.
Aw.
Alright.
Boo.
Well,
over the
we can go back to our ship.
All right.
Like we went in and stole a Mahdi, which is what we were here to do, I think, right?
Was it? I thought we were investigating the
I thought we were
seeming
looking for
non-death of the woman who saved us.
Oh, that's right.
yeah. I mean, stealing a mod is close enough, but
Maybe we can just leave.
yeah,
Oh,
I guess
no,
she is
no.
dead.
That's not what I meant to do. Just wanted
Remember
to,
how long it took to get it started last time?
I wanted to talk to Manuel.
Sir,
Well, I
believe
think we can
may
talk to
be
Manuel
able
now.
to tap myself into the PTS and perform a limited set of functions.
Okay.
PTS?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
PTS,
it's all over this
the
dashboard.
photo triangulation system. It was installed as a crude backup navigational device to the modern navigational computer system. It's what you see before you mount it in the middle view screen.
Well, you wanted to talk to Manuel, so
Can we go
That's
back?
a weird reading.
It's
It's what you
s-
see before you mounted it to the screen.
I don't recall mounting anything to the screen, let alone seeing anything before I did it.
What may I do for you, sir?
Help.
I am here to serve you, sir.
Can I put this
I
Mahdi
doubt
in
that.
you?
oh, he's holographic. Well, do we have to turn the PTS on since? Oh,
Two
photographs
or,
remaining.
or 2.0 photographs remaining.
Yeah.
Yes.
I am here to serve you, sir.
Okay, make this thing work, please. do it. Can we dock again? I want to go back. Okay.
Hmm.
I don't have 2 photographs.
It probably seemed... It would appear...
Okay. I don't know what we're doing.
This looks to be just a backlit screen of some sort.
Whoa.
Oh,
What?
right. BTS.
Oh,
What is this?
Have a look.
This
It's a
is
Polaroid.
the photo taken with the photo triangulation
Oh.
system.
it looks like it has film sprocket holes.
You peel apart the photo and negative from your first PTS image.
Oh, a photo and negative.
Oh, wow.
Cool. That's great.
This
It's the
is...
first positive image from the PTS. It's the first PTS photo negative.
Stop yelling at me, Gary.
Well, he just took a picture of 3 dots.
Oh, 1 photograph's remaining. All right, well, let's... Why not?
Did you... Does it develop? Like, can you look at it?
I don't
Or-
know.
You peel apart the photo and negative from the second PTS image.
I don't know why this tone of voice is necessary.
He's getting really excited.
This is the second photo positive.
Uh-huh.
It's
What
the
are we supposed to
negative from
do
the...
with these?
I don't know.
Sorry, that was rhetorical.
Yeah, no, I agree.
You get
So was my
fingerprints.
answer.
You poke it and prod it and generally make it feel like a piece of meat.
Wow.
Okay, so now what?
I am here to serve you, sir.
Do it.
Well, just tell us what it is.
Okay, stick it in the subroutine
start
slot.
Oh, that's a good idea. Why not? Why wouldn't we do that?
Well, I don't know that it's a good idea. It just is something.
Yep. Here,
Excellent guess.
cram this in you.
As
Cram this in your subroutine.
Does it go in the? Oh, there's like that green screen and that blue screen.
it's just another in the array of...
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. Get out of here, Manuel. I don't like you.
Scarlet.
Wait, I'm sorry. Come back.
My sole purpose is to help you, sir.
Now who's saying their dog's name out loud?
Uh-huh.
All right, can we do this?
Nothing happened.
Scroll down. Yeah.
See, most games would just give you a generic... In this galaxy, those 2 items...
I mean, they're not the same. They look slightly different.
What? No, they don't.
Well, I mean, this dot
Oh,
is
it's
in
in the center there, and
this
it's
one is
off
not.
center there.
So they're not the same.
Okay.
Oh, what if I just give them to him?
But they are equal.
As cool as it...
They're separate but equal. You're right.
Excellent.
Manuel, do something with this.
It probably.
Manuel.
That's an.
Manuel. Do something.
Oh, put them in the drawer.
What do I do? Launch initiation failed.
Why did it fail?
I don't know.
Offline.
Can we
Because
land?
we're already launched.
Can we land again?
EVA suits weren't designed.
Yeah. Okay.
Careful. Nothing happens. In this galaxy. Careful.
In this
in
galaxy.
Nothing.
In this
nothing,
galaxy.
Nothing.
I want the
nothing
careful one
hap-
again.
In this galaxy. Nothing happened. In this.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing. Nothing. Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Brr.
The gel is flavorless.
The what?
It's like there was a party in your mouth, but nobody showed up.
The gel is
The
flavorless?
gel?
What did you just do?
I don't know.
These are the seats for the pilot and navigator, built of a
Oh.
semi-translucent
you licked
gel
it.
foam that molds itself
Oh.
to the shape of whoever's sitting in it.
Okay, can you go sit down again?
The semi-transparent.
Please. Stop touching things.
Then, the Galactican said, if I did have hover capabilities,
do we have any movies
I
or games
wouldn't
now?
need the cleft snorter. Excuse me.
How many times can the autopilot tell that joke? No.
Also, who is he telling it to? 'Cause-
I'm going to guess infinite.
Being of holographic origin, Manuel is not impressed with your efforts to make physical contact
I
with
like when they
him.
call him
It
Manual.
is very unfulfilling.
for the joke.
Because his name is Manual Override.
Yeah.
Yes, I yeah.
But they don't correct you. They never go like, actually, it's Manuel,
Yeah.
which I think is a missed opportunity. Okay, what do we got here?
Okay, can you hit the PTS button again?
I bet. Yes, I can.
Some post-traumatic stress.
Oh, wait.
There are no
Wait.
more
No.
pictures available for snapping.
No, did you see what happened on the blue screen when you did that?
No.
Turn it off. Okay, go back.
Oh, it did a thing?
Yeah.
So, like, do this?
Whoa.
Okay.
Excellent. Good. Put the other one on top of it.
Yep.
And you can triangulate, right? If the distance between those stars. goes
Oh.
forward.
Yeah. See if that works.
I'm going to assume it might actually be the photos instead, but I'll try the negatives because we have a negative on there to begin with.
Boy, wouldn't it.
All right.
Oh.
Or this one? Maybe on the both? On the both?
On the bed.
It probably.
No.
Or maybe you put one negative and one photo on it.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
So
So
the screen sort of scans through the negative onto the other photograph.
oh gosh, you're putting a lot more thought into it than I want to.
Okay, well, you don't have to. I'm just saying words.
The PTS
Oh,
is online
yes.
and working.
What?
You can now launch to
Wow. Well done.
What? I have so many questions.
It's just because of my background in
Photo
ancient
triangulation.
futuristic triangulation processes.
Astronavigation?
What's polysorbate and why do we want to go there?
Wait, wasn't that where we started?
Oh. What?
So we just came from Delta Berxilon with the lab.
Yes.
And polysorbate was that's where we started. Polysorbate.
That's right. That's where the only person who we know who has a Mahdi installation thing is.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Let's go. Before we get too deep in here, what are we looking for a cutoff?
Approximately 40 minutes.
Okay.
40 minutes.
Good to hear.
I do have some things planned during the day today. This is just my morning.
This is why we got together in the morning.
It is now 11:20 in the morning.
All right. And at noon, you turn into a pumpkin.
Yes, that would be a different story, eh?
So we beamed.
Don't screw with.
Fine. We beamed down to polysorbate before. I wonder if we have to do that again. But I'm willing to try just jumping out into space. Oh, what do you know? It didn't work.
Well, who knew?
EVA suits weren't.
Yep. Well, let's try an EVA
I don't
suit.
need this suit.
Oh. Well.
It wouldn't be.
Your
Just because you
whistle
don't
is
need
my
one.
command, sir. What may I do for you, sir?
Oh.
Step over to the transport pad and I will beam you down to the surface of polysorbate.
Well, all right.
Will do.
Oh,
Oh, what the?
what was
The,
that?
the ironing board opened.
Oh.
Okay.
Manual tosses
he's
you a
a-
transport signaler.
If he's a hologram, how does he have
You
stuff
can
in
only
his
use
pocket?
this from the place I
They're also holographic. Holographic doesn't mean intangible. Come on.
Kind of does.
Yeah.
They have two different
God, like, he
definitions.
didn't grab it and put it in his pocket.
Wow. Okay, we're back here.
Remember this?
Do you remember? September. Okay, well the bar is just closed.
Looks more than closed. Whoa.
Oh, it's yeah.
The same collection of ruffians and hooligans.
Except for our friend who plays Stooge Fighter with us, and I'm
Yeah.
glad he's not here because I don't want to play that game. Okay, so
It's going to implants and stuff.
yeah, I think
Implants and stew.
we have a reason to go in here now.
To get a lobe piercing.
Howdy, stranger. The name's Blatz. Fester Blatz.
Fester Blatz.
Welcome to Implants and Stuff. Go ahead. Have a look around at some of the most interesting replacement body components this lovely planetoid has to offer.
Okay, so what are we looking for?
Oh, a nice fresh sales pitch.
Like, what are we doing here? I know we have a Mahdi and he sells them. Are we trying to find out who bought this or something?
Hello there, Mr. Blatz. I think I have something
Oh, we're
you might
selling
be
it?
interested in.
I don't know.
Think so, hey?
Oh, I really think you'll find it
We're
interesting.
trying to reverse psychology him into giving us money for not
Why,
hijacking it.
I'd love to take that off your hands.
We want our chunk of
Of
Orium
course,
back.
you realize that it's illegal to sell those. But I could train
Oh,
you for
okay.
something. Look around and see what interests you.
Oh no. Just
Oh, now I
give
have
me
to
whatever it
actually
is.
know.
Cyberspace.
Oh.
A cyberspace jack.
Tell
Oh, yeah,
you
remember?
what,
Oh, thank
I'll
goodness.
trade you for one of those fine specimens in the case.
It
What
would
do
be
you
great
say?
if they were like there were
No,
signposts for
I want
this.
the
Like
jack, or it's
I
no
should find
deal.
some place that has a
Oh,
cyberspace
now
jack.
take it easy, Sonny.
Yeah.
I think we
Yeah.
can do business.
Ah! That's horrifying.
I'm glad you see it my way. It's been a pleasure. Take care, Fester.
What has
I
happened?
gotta fly.
Did he give us one?
I assume.
Check the pockets.
They animated him taking our thing, but they didn't
Oh.
animate him giving us.
Oh, that's what that is.
That
That's
is
the
definitely a
cyberspace jack.
cyberspace jack.
That's the cyberspace jack. So, okay, I want to leave before he keeps
This is
doing
stomach turning. Yeah, let's go.
So, I think that's all we need to do here. Like, Now we have a
Well, it makes sense
cyberspace.
to now go back. Yeah, now it
And-
makes sense to go back and
Yeah.
Before she talks to us.
because flying to a completely different planet
As
to
Manuel told you,
get
you
on
can
the
only-
internet is pretty much standard practice.
I don't remember if Manuel told me this.
Yeah, he said you can only use it in the place where I beam you down to.
Oh, well, I'm glad one of us is paying attention.
Yeah.
Michelle
only-
Ailshire, will you marry me?
You can only use it on the screen that you appeared in.
Good.
All right, well, then...
Okay, well now we can go back to
Yeah,
Delta Burke
My sole
Salon.
purpose
Yeah.
is to help you, sir.
I don't believe you.
Oh, that's the only place you can go when you're...
Well, we're already here. So we
Yes,
can't go
well, I
here.
know, but, like, I love that the photo navigation system is able to find only polysorbate 80 and Delta Burke Salon. That's it.
Why did it find polysorbate 80 though? Like,
Yeah, who knows? Or
Like,
60.
We triangulated it.
I know that's what we did, but like, there was, as we said, no signposting that that's what we should / wanted to do.
Yeah.
Hey, keep up.
All right. Well,
All right, so now we go to the lab.
laba.
To laba.
Do we have to annoy the doctor again?
Hi, doctor.
I want to talk to you about janitor stuff. Oh, he's not even here. Oh, he is here.
Oh, he's
Well, who
up there.
cares?
He's actually doing stuff.
I don't care. He's going to use his computer. Now, if someone can tell me what we're trying to do by logging into this computer,
Oh, I have no idea.
yeah.
Oh, it goes on your head? Oh, you go into the computer. That's... Oh, no.
Look, everyone, it's the information superhighway.
Talk about a brave
Oh.
new world. You'd better be up for it if you plan to explore this cyber terrain.
You better save the game.
This cyber terrain is just a little arid. It's just more evidence to confirm the old adage that if there's time enough to do it, there's time enough to do it half-assed.
Wow, that's a really meta comment.
Yes.
I mean, joke about game production.
In a very subpar game.
That's quite a leap. You'd be able to clear it if you could get a running start, but you can't run in this game, only walk. In this space quest, you can't switch to sprint.
Oh my goodness.
Do you guys remember when Sprint sponsored Space Quest 5?
Yes, that's
Yes.
what. Yes.
Okay, well, can we just leave? Oh.
Oh, yes, apparently we can.
Oh.
Did somebody else make this part?
Probably.
Oh, I don't like it.
Probably. Oh, hi.
Hey, free birdseed, and so conveniently placed under a huge boulder, too.
I was going to
Oh my
say
God.
it looks like a Roadrunner cartoon.
Forget it. You don't resemble that bird. Well, except for the pin feathers in those chicken legs of yours.
Oh.
The pin feathers in those chicken legs? What are pin feathers? Does anyone want to explain that to me?
I'm not sure.
Oh.
Pin feather is a developing feather on a bird. So it's just
Roger Wilco is saying.
not quite a full pet feather.
Gameplay extension. 60 hours of
what?
gameplay. There's not even any choices. We're not doing anything. We're just walking. This doesn't make the game better or long. It just longer. I hate. No.
It doesn't even go the way you were going.
No. I mean, it's a joke in the sense that the joke is on us.
Oh, do we
Well.
have to stop there?
Now we are where we.
For those
were
of you who
going
aren't
to
paying
go.
attention, that's a stop sign.
Uh-huh.
Oh, office. What's that on the?
It's an office
Ooh.
sign.
Well,
Hey,
okay.
We can
thank
watch
you.
a TV
Well
show
done.
over there.
Da da dun, da 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 dun.
Talk about a brave new world. This
Shush,
cyber terrain.
shush.
That's quite a leap.
Yeah, it's quite a leap
You'd be
even
able
if we
to
look
clear
at it from
if
this
you could get
side.
a running
Good
start,
programming.
But you can't run in this game. Only walk. In this space
I guess
quest,
you have to go that way, right?
I feel like there's going to be a shortcut back somehow, though. Boop, boop. We made it.
Hope so. The Information Superhighway Executive Offices.
Opens
never.
Okay.
Okay.
a screwdriver lies on the ground, probably discarded by the malcontent who vandalized the sign.
Okay, let's take it.
I'm glad I saw that. I thought it was going to be nothing.
Is there like that rag there? Take that.
A rag hangs from the sawhorse. Who knows what it last wiped up?
As a janitor, I can probably tell you if I just put my
Don't
face
pick
in
at
it.
it. You'll only make
Oh.
it worse.
Oh, so
Let me
like
lick the
how-
rag.
Don't.
So the rag is
I
not
like
something.
how
I
the
can
place
take.
is.
Sorry, the
I
place
like
is.
how the place is abandoned, but those lights are still going.
Yeah.
Old highway safety devices recycled from either a decade or 10 years ago stand alert and ready for the non-existent workers
What?
to use.
Did they just define
Either-
decade for us?
Either a decade
think
or
they
10
did.
years.
A long section of board lies on the ground.
Oh.
That's not on the ground.
Oh. To be fair, a long section of board
But you can't
accompanies
fit
this
that
game.
thing in your pants. Guess I was wrong. It does fit.
A long section
There
of
must be
board
plenty of
describes the
spare room
places
in
in this
there.
game.
Let's.
Wow,
Look
a
up the
genuine
bucket
Tonkoid
of stuff.
M501. And the best year, too. It's been a long time since it's rolled over any plastic crate.
Okay.
How about, can we check out the Pojo?
A blue sky complete with moon is visible above the fog of cyberspace. The Port Ahead by Schroed Johns Incorporated stands silently waiting to make its designated collection of organic waste products.
Well, let's satisfy it.
Oh, mama! I'm guessing one too many burritos for the last guy in here.
Oh.
Oh, mama!
Oh.
Oh, mama!
Oh, mama.
Oh, mama!
Oh, mama.
Oh,
Oh,
mama!
I'm
mama.
guessing
Oh, mama!
there's no monolith burger in this game, so there's not much need for it. The non-existent workers sure aren't putting a strain on it.
Well, except for the one who had one too many burritos recently,
Yeah.
apparently.
I didn't know Monolith Burger made burritos.
The sign says it all. There was much talk and rhetoric about the information superhighway, but the executive and legislative branches seem quite opposed to getting together on just about anything either one of them introduces. Just look at the space program.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, the frustration
On
of
the
a
nose.
former employee is documented in the amendments to the Opens date.
You remember when the information superhighway was just a thing that most people wouldn't bother using? Why would I? I've got encyclopedias.
Carelessly discarded bucket of building material has been spilled and allowed to harden.
Mhm.
Ooh, let's take it.
There's nothing you can do now. It did have potential at one time.
Like Roger Wilco.
Oh.
Oh, no joke there. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no.
Window. I do like that.
This is the magic window whence you came.
Is it? That's not how I exit, though.
I think that's just a picture to outside.
I think you have to go like file exit or probably to get out of this.
No, we just exit. Feet exit. We can walk.
Oh,
up.
okay.
Doodle-doo. Oh.
But
Doodle-doo.
I love that it has that sound effect though.
Next.
Oh, what the?
That, boys and girls, is Sis Innie. She runs things around
Oh,
here
that's
like an
a
Iron Maiden.
that
With
is
the
a
firmness of
very
titanium
nerdy DOS
BBDs
joke.
with the control
Oh no,
of a
window
steel
early
belt
Windows joke.
reinforced
Sis.ini.
brassiere.
Yeah.
I get it.
Well, I guess we.
Well, it's number 3, but now serving number 5.
It wouldn't be prudent.
Oh.
Just what do you think you're doing, sir?
Well, I didn't think you'd mind if I just looked through your files.
And I thought
What's going
I'd
on with
seen
your hair?
it all. Just step back and wait your turn.
What is this supposed to be?
You may just have improved your chances of getting to the files with that slick little maneuver. Sometimes you do surprise me, Roger.
What happens if we ring the bell?
Does your number match the one shown by the counter?
Ugh.
No, I don't seem to have that one, but...
Oh, I am sorry, sir. Strangely enough, there's no provision for buts in this system. You either have the number shown, or you do not. Now,
Okay.
please await the calling of your number. Thank you very much. I have important things to do.
No, you don't.
Well, change
But
the
he might
number
fall
then.
apart, and the smell really isn't worth the cool visual, believe me.
Oh no.
I want candy.
You
Definitely take
virtually
candy.
eat the nearly real mint. Your virtual breath is now virtually minty fresh.
Cool.
Okay.
Okay.
Don't
Can we open the
touch
number
that.
changer?
That's delightfully non-helpful.
Oh. Oh, but you can scroll down.
That's it.
Nope.
Oh.
I wouldn't touch. That wouldn't.
Oh, good.
Okay.
This world's a great big ball of dirt with 50
Next.
souls. We like to sit around and veg down in the dark like moles. But me, I'm just the kind.
Nothing.
The number
happened.
changed to 6 already.
Yeah, because she said next.
She said next, and it went.
Oh.
Like,
What
if-
can we?
Careful.
I want to see what's in those other windows up there with like periodicals and refreshments.
That's
Oh.
That's delightfully non-helpful.
So we have to figure out. Can we just drop the number we have and take numbers until we catch up?
It feels.
Oh. I like that.
How do we drop numbers?
Like
out?
just take the
Like,
take
'cause
the
you
3
picked up the
out
3,
of your
right?
pocket and drop it.
How... Drop.
It probably seemed like. It probably.
Oh, to the trash?
Oh.
That's an interesting idea.
Oh.
That's an
Files?
excellent guess. Excellent. As cool.
Excellent guess, Kreskin.
As cool as it would have. That's an.
Okay.
Next.
Hmm.
Oi.
Hmm.
Help. Can you click on help?
That's That's
That's non-helpful.
Don't
Okay,
pick-
thanks.
It's delightfully
that wouldn't
non-helpful.
prove fulfilling. It feels
Can we
Ah.
minimize this?
that's delight. Use. Don't touch her.
Does your number?
No,
Oh, I am now.
Just say yes.
Does your?
no.
Oh, I now.
You get a jump on. You get a.
Okay.
That sucked.
Boy, wouldn't it be cool if that really worked?
If we go back in, can we then take a new number?
She's on 8 now.
Don't pick.
Uh,
And we
That's
can't do
delightful.
anything to the
It
the number
will-
changer there.
It wouldn't.
What the?
Oh.
Oh,
I swear we did that.
oh, you looked at it.
Oh, well.
Can we?
Boy, would. Uh-oh. Looks like it.
What else do we
Screwdriver.
have?
Oh, screwdriver.
Ooh, I like that screwdriver.
I wouldn't mind a screwdriver right about now.
Hey.
Does your number match the one shown by the counter?
As a matter of fact, I do possess that number. Read it and weep,
Read it and
pixel
weep.
woman.
Oh no, you can't possibly. Oh. Well, I guess you're right.
Oh, she's gonna be
Stretch
really
your
helpful.
palette, little 32 by 32 pixel mama.
Who writes this dialogue?
No. What the?
Hey, now we're in the file room.
Why are we here?
I don't know, honestly. I don't know. We're
inside the physical internet.
Yeah. So we're looking things up.
Yeah.
So we could look up Stellar or Santiago, who is the name of the missing woman.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
We could look up
do that.
Sharpay, who
We
is
can look up.
the old woman that we think is like the villain, I think, of the piece.
Yes. So that's all under S.
Yeah, let's do that now before we hear any more of this noise.
Ooh, S for slime.
Man, these filing cabinets are a mess. Even I could keep them up better than this.
Don't.
Man, these.
Okay.
You're gonna have to open every one.
That drawer isn't even close to a drawer that starts with the letter R.
Why do we want the letter R? Like,
Did you try opening that one? Is that what happened?
Yeah.
That file apparently doesn't. That drawer isn't even close to a drawer that starts with the letter R.
R.
Try one of the ones with the lock on it and see what that. Or
That
with the slide
file
in it.
apparently doesn't.
Oh,
That
of course
file. That file. That file. That drawer. That file.
Why does it
That
want us to
drawer
open
isn't
the
even
drawer starting with
close
the
to a
letter
drawer
R?
that starts with.
I don't know. Here's the T's.
Try a T and see if it says the same thing.
That file. That file. That file. That file. That file. That file. That file.
Or a U or
That
whatever.
file. That file. That file. That file.
That file.
Apparently
That
does-
file.
That file. That
These
file.
ones don't seem
That
to
file.
mind that they're not ours.
Yeah, and S is actually quite close to T or R or whatever. Well,
It's
okay.
not though. It's in a different row. Of...
No, but I meant. All right, well, whatever. In this case, let's just. It wants us to do something with ours. I don't know why.
Man, these filing.
That file.
I love there's like 2 Ks.
Well, 3,
That
I
file.
think. Just the.
Oh,
file.
one
Labels
label's
all that
missing.
file.
Yeah, that's fair.
What are we looking for?
Do we? Okay, what do we know that begins with R from this game?
Ridiculous.
That
Oh,
file.
all of these have
That
handles.
file. That file. That file. That file. That file. That
That file. That file. That file.
Oh, and you can open a P. Okay. Brilliant.
Oh.
Oh no. Okay.
You can open all the P's. Oh, what the heck?
That
Oh, it
file.
has. It had a different outline
Did it?
than the ones around it. Yeah.
Why did we want to look in R though?
I don't know. Let's see what we find.
Man, these filing cabinets.
Nigel Rancid. Wasn't that the crew on the deep ship?
No, Nigel Rancid was the big guy with the Mahdi Jack in his head, the one that kidnapped us.
Okay. Yes. Okay. That's right.
And then when we found we had his personal groomer, and then we analyzed the hair, and it said his name and said there was no
On the
record
ship.
of him or something. That is really, really a bad.
Can we just see the
It feels
Rasputin
like
file, please? I really want to see the Rasputin file.
You display your stamp. It looks a lot more.
Oh.
It hurts you.
Can we take?
That wouldn't. That's delightful.
No, but it would.
It wouldn't.
Also, is there an Ayn
Don't
Rand
pick at
joke
it.
here? No.
It wouldn't be.
Okay, fine.
Okay, so we have can we read the Nigel Rancid file?
I bet. Sinjant, okay. That was the other guy. Hired thugs. Employed by Dr. Hayden
cross-reference
Bellows and Sharpay.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, here we go. Oh, Santiago.
Cross-reference. Bellows, Sharpay, Santiago.
So these were the two we were looking for, and we could have guessed this one if we'd thought a little bit more.
Okay.
Yeah, we can open them now. So see the ones that we just opened have a little bit of a wider line on the left side.
You have a little bit of a wider line on the left side.
Well spotted.
I'll show you a wider line on the left side.
Okay, well, using your brain.
Bellows.
Is it this one then?
Yes.
Yeah.
Bellows. Ralph Bellamy. Okay, what about him? Chief Medical Administrator, Golden Light Year Retirement Community.
Oh, altogether eliminate aging. Sharpay and Santiago.
Well, we do know that Sharpay was real old, and Santiago is not real old.
Okay, so...
Nope. Okay, maybe it's up here then. I want the... which one is the Santiago one? That's the one I want to... Here we go.
That one. I assume they're enough.
Santiago, Chile. Santiago, Chile. Nice.
Okay, what does it say about Santiago?
Not dead.
Corman, Stellar Santiago, hahaha, was a member of the Starcon fleet before her departure from this world while attempting. Sharpay Bellows was a member of the fleet before her departure from this world. So this says she's dead.
Yeah.
Okay.
It depends on your definition of world, I guess.
Oh, right. Departure from the world. Stand on this one, please, sir. Sharpay.
Omar Sharif.
Sharpay, a thick black marker.
Philanthropist. Project Immortality. Cool.
Oh.
Recent project, Golden Light Years, spent her declining years. Grand Lady will leave a legacy of charitable works. Sure she will.
So now we need the Project Immortality.
Yeah, we do.
Don't close those.
Why?
Because I don't feel like being that responsible.
I'm tidy.
This is a terrible setup, and I would like to annoy whoever comes in after us.
Looks like this one? Or this one, maybe.
Oh, great.
Or maybe the very top one, a little further.
Well, let's see.
Yeah.
Brr, 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 brr. Brr, 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 brr. Brr, 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 brr. Brr, 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 brr.
Whoa, you're taller than the internet.
Project Liability, Prokofiev. All right. Holy Grail of
75.
Narcissists Everywhere.
Funded by Sharp, I ever seen about controversial lecture hidden below.
Eternal Life makes marriage a scary proposition, though, doesn't it? Cross-reference Endgame.
Endgame. Oh, okay. So now it's
That's the most promising thing I've heard so far.
I would like
because
to
it promises
end game,
an end
please.
to this game.
Just keep walking.
Oh, look at that D drawer with the splat.
This one?
That file.
Oh, yeah.
That
I don't
file.
see one.
That file. That file.
Oh,
That file.
interesting.
Boo.
Man, these filing. Man, these. Man.
Doesn't look like it's
Man.
under game end either.
Mm-hmm.
In game. And game. That B opens.
That was for Bellows.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Forgot about that.
Okay, so I guess that's it.
You
You go up the stairs, up the ladder on the right.
are incorrect.
Only if you aim at it.
And maybe it's like after Z, it's just a drawer marked end game. I also love that this is the entire contents of the internet.
Well, back in
File.
'97.
Yeah.
Do we think we have
Can you
enough?
click higher up the ladder to go up there? Never mind.
Oh,
Yeah, we can go back in. What about a ladder? What?
I'm just wondering if you can go up it.
This one.
No good. All the WD-40 and LZ gel in the galaxy aren't gonna budge this corroded hunk of useless hardware.
Yeah.
Get
I
in.
mean, to move. Oh, it's one of those rolling ladders that takes you to the top drawers. Okay.
Yeah.
what is that paper on the floor?
Endgame. What?
LZ.
There are some
Better than
useless
KY
papers
is one
strewn
better.
about the floor. This is inexcusable, especially since it's not your floor to clean up. There are some
Okay.
useless papers.
Okay.
What about the fire extinguisher?
A darn capable fire extinguisher stands ready to save all this paper in the event of a fire. They've spared no expense.
Well, don't know about that.
Nothing's burning.
Well,
What's
I mean,
wrong with you?
they're single-sided filing cabinets, so
You give it a brief thought.
All right.
Okay. Well, never mind then.
We looked all the way down here, right?
yes, we did. Maybe that end game reference is just like a fun wink, fourth wall break.
Like,
Now, when you say fun,
when you say Avengers Endgame.
I'm not describing this game at all.
Excuse me, Mr. Wilco. Those are reference files only and not available for loan. You may leave, but the folders will remain here.
Oh. Look at our
Well,
inventory.
let's drive that truck through the office.
Sorry, what?
Look at our inventory for a second. Okay, so we've lost all the files.
Yeah, but we've gained points and knowledge, and
Okay.
we're close to our end time.
Yes. Okay. So now I guess we have to...
Well, I think
You smartly drop the board in place,
Okay,
spanning the
that's
gap between
fine.
the two bridge
Kiss
sections.
ma'am.
Okay, and then you skateboard across it.
Okay.
Well, now what?
That whole time, see, I didn't even notice we were there.
You know, he's a bit ticked at you. I'd leave him alone unless you've got something really important to bug him about.
Yeah, what is endgame?
All right. Can we go to Lab B?
You press the Lab B button, but the Ascendo...
So it won't open.
Go to our quarters or someone's quarters. Big room full of quarters. Scrooge McDuck money bin style. Big room full of quarters.
This box contains the atmospheric equalization subcircuitry, which automatically monitors the
Well, it's-
atmospheres of all the
I have no
floors.
idea what we're gonna
It
do
subtly
now.
corrects the Ascendo pad's
Neither do I.
interior PSI, O2
I know what I'm
concentration,
gonna do.
Gravity,
Yes.
and ambient fragrance.
Yes. That's fair.
Right now it seems to be Pine Landfill.
Pineland.
I thought when we left the cyberspace that there would be like some sort of plot development waiting for us, but there was not.
No.
So we just get to be baffled at the end of this video.
It's totally...
Which, to be fair, reflects our state of mind through much of the rest of the game.
Yeah, that's pretty much how we end every video. Is like, I don't know what we're gonna do next, and I'm bored. Let's stop.
Yeah. This is definitely the worst of all of these games.
It's the one I
And
like.
one of them
playing
was in
least.
EGA.
Yeah.
You wisely place board over Space Quest 6.
Well, I'm all for just leaving us here. Let's
Yeah, let's just stop.
let's save here. We can get back into cyberspace, I assume, if we want/need to. But I guess.
Do we still have the jack?
Oh, let's check. We do, and
yeah,
this
okay.
thing which we didn't use.
Yeah, I'm excited about that.
Yep.
Well, great.
Yeah, I guess let's call it here, and then we'll pick it up at some point in the future.
Bye.
Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll catch you next time on Space Quest 6.
Bye.
Hey.